Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode on Forza Horizon 3 with the water being notoriously, well, weird. The leader, first of all, gets caught. Second place that we're following gets launched through the air. It's a way to do an aerial overtake. Not the normal way, and this is a strange thing to say, but not the normal way you see an aerial overtake done, but there we go. Bouncy water, turns out, does have its uses. Invisible AK on Forza Motorsport 6, racing at Rio in a public lobby, always likely to end in disaster. And, well, as a Plymouth gets checked into a tyre bundle, Daytona blocks the road, everything goes flying, and the Fiat is going to end up facing the wrong way. Yeah, big cars and tyre bundles do tend to end quite poorly. Timmy76 is driving to find a tow truck. Little did he know the game had decided to spawn in 3. Unfortunately, they're all on fire. It's not the ideal situation. That's 2 of them gone in one explosion. Yeah, that's an unusual glitch. Can't say I've seen that one before, but you're not going to be able to do any of the tow truck missions with that. Hacked Client on Watch Dogs is doing one of the races, has worked his way to the front. I think goes to fire the sort of explosion, mistimes it, gets himself caught up in it, and then manages to eat a fence. Now, the car is not too happy with this eating of the fence. In fact, he's very, very determined to try get rid of the fence as an AI car gets launched off of that gas explosion. Yeah, eating fences, not advised. Not advised, it turns out. Impreza Logic, also on Watch Dogs, I think with exactly the same car, is trying to take a shortcut where he bounces off of a tree. Turns out this little sports car does not like most scenery objects, whether it be fences or whether it be tree. There's an impressive flip, and then goes to take the normal. Probably wise to stay clear of shortcuts. Enlisted Aura, also on Watch Dogs, has found a haunted wreck. This is what happens when Failrace haunts your game. It's just twisting and, well, making a lot of smoke as well. Players trying to get... The car doesn't really know what to do. It doesn't really affect the player. That's I think the only sort of damage that the player takes. Just oh, okay, there we go as well. Despite the car writhing around and twisting, and another guy rams a police car into it. It's not really too fussed for most of this. It does kind of do a little bit of damage to the police car. It's very, very sort of semi-ghost wreck of a car, and it's gone. That's it. It's just out of existence. Speaking of rolling, we're on to Battlefield 4 with an interesting selection of vehicles actually landed at this area. I don't know what the helicopter hit. Whatever it hit, it made it very unhappy. And then it's not a complete roll, but it's rolled onto its side. It goes to recover it, and it does actually get righted again. I'm not sure I would be so keen to get inside the helicopter that you just seen rolled into the side of a building, but there we go. LM145 on Dirt 4, messing around in the little sort of free roam area, carrying a bit too much speed into the hangar, and that's a rather upside down car for a bumper. I'm not quite sure how that got launched as far and as upside down as it did, but there we go. V404 also on Dirt 4 with another roll, of course. Many a roll. These buggies are notorious for getting the wheels interlinked, especially on the opening lap where everything is kind of trying to sort of concertina down into the first corner. This time it is a blue and white vehicle that, in all of the dust, you don't actually see a huge amount, but the blue and white vehicle that gets caught up. Basically going, 4 wide into turn 1 here, and the, I guess, front wheel, the buggy on the inside, and the blue buggy's rear wheel get connected. The most spectacular thing about this is it rolls over the player vehicle. It affects nobody. Nobody is really adversely affected aside from the blue buggy in all of that, as he gets spat out of, which is unusual. Normally it's just a big pile-up in turn 1. Ellis on Just Cause 3 has got a monster truck. Always a good thing to be driving. Goes to attack one of the, I assume, the enforcement vehicles, but Physics has... I mean, he got rid of it. Then Physics got very angry and spat the monster truck up a mountain, as you do. Yeah, that's Just Cause for you. Pez Frenzy on Mad Max is trying to get rid of a tank. I haven't played Mad Max in ages. Tank from one of the camps. In doing so, manages to get his vehicle twisted and then stuck. and tries to fire a boost to recover it, manages to slide further backwards, which is not quite what you want to be doing, then gets the boost to fire the vehicle forward, only to fire at the wrong side of the bridge, and it's now just stuck. So, yeah, turns out messing with that camp wasn't a particularly good idea. William AC/DC fan on War Thunder is trying to go for a landing on an aircraft carrier, but carries a bit too much speed, is a little bit too late on the landing, is desperately trying to slow down, goes for a handbrake turn in a World War II aeroplane and manages to just get it stopped. Well done. Well done indeed. It is perhaps one of the most spectacular stops I've ever seen done on a game, but there we go. And that Mudkip on Autumn Blister with, well, what happens when you load up the wrong circuit. Yep, the Stadium Super Truck version where you've got minis and racing trucks. It's glorious chaos. Glorious chaos. Many things. There are a couple of trucks still kind of sliding into causing problems. One of the Mini just jumps for joy. Gets wiped out by a truck. One of the Volkswagens bounces its way across the area. The frame rate has a few issues with all the mayhem. But, yeah. Turns out Stadium Super Truck ramps and normal vehicles, it doesn't end so well as the Mini bonnet bounces around. That, though, is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description at the very top of the page. Here's the Failrace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. However, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.